Hey friends, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Village of Four Seasons area today. So if that's the area that you're thinking about moving to, looking at, checking out, researching from a distance, Village of Four Seasons, super cool area. Actually liking this area more and more that I spend time there. But when you hear about Village of Four Seasons, you think, ooh, Four Seasons, bougie. I get it. Kind of is a little bougie, can be, but it's not like your true Four Seasons resort. It just happens to be the Village of Four Seasons. So super cool area. Wanted to talk through it. Obviously, we'll show you the map and where it is and good things, bad things, pros, cons, all that kind of stuff. We do it with intention, right? We would love for you to come into town so we can show you the Village of Four Seasons area. So reach out, let us know if we can do that. Until then, check out this video on some of the pros or some of the things that you want to weigh or consider if you're thinking about moving to this area. So first things first, let's pull up a map and figure out where are we, right? So you pull up a map, you got the state of Missouri. On one side, you got Kansas City. On the other side, you have St. Louis. Go to the middle, go down. That's where you're going to find the lake. When you're looking at the lake, it looks like an ancient Chinese dragon. You got the head, the neck, the belly, legs, tail of the dragon. And the Village of Four Seasons is in the head neckish area. It's this cool little peninsula that comes off of Highway 54, and that's kind of where we want to start. Highway 54 runs north and south on the east side of the lake. It's the main artery of transportation through this area. It goes up into Jeff City, goes down through Camdenton. It's the main highway system for Lake of the Ozarks or through this area. But the cool part about Village of Four Seasons is it's this own little peninsula that kind of sticks out from Highway 54. So if you're traveling through this area, you're pretty much going to bypass right through that area. There's really no reason to kind of go over there. And that's the concept, right? Like if you live in this area, you live there, you're going there, you're traveling off of 54 into the Village of Four Seasons area. But if you don't live there, you really have no need, right? You don't have to drive through it. You don't have to pass through this area. So you avoid a little bit of traffic and congestion. The only flip side to that is there's a lot of cool bars and restaurants and lakeside venues in that peninsula of Village of Four Seasons. So you will have tourism in this area. You will have people coming and visiting. You will have traffic that'll come in there because, well, there's just a lot of cool things to do. So Village of Four Seasons is a popular place. And the cool part about this area is you can for certainly find some lakefront homes, right? If you're looking for a lakefront home and you want to be close to amenities and golf courses and parks and activities, it's going to be a really popular spot to be. With popularity comes price point, right? So the price point of lakefront homes, you can still find some good deals in the mid hundreds, but you can easily push into seven figures and find multi-million-dollar beautiful homes in this area. And you'll find a lot of your condo communities. So a lot of condominiums in this area, a lot of retirement in this area because of the convenience factor to the golf courses, to the hospital, all of those things. Village of Four Seasons is a popular area, a very desirable area, and that's why the price point reflects that a little bit. But if you're choosing to move into here, you're choosing to be close to everything, right? We'll talk about it. Head, neck, belly, Osage Beach, Lake Ozark, Village of Four Seasons. That's the heart of the lake. You're choosing to be here because you want ease and convenience. Grocery stores, hardware stores, Lowe's, Home Depots, Targets, a lot of restaurants, a lot of activity, a lot of hustle and bustle. You're close to the strip where they do boat shows and bike shows, car shows. They have a ton of like farmers markets and cool things happening on the strip. You're doing this area because you want to be close to it, right? So I say it all the time, right? You're close to all the amenities and all the action, but this is where the tourism comes too. So you will have tourism in this area. You'll have people vacationing and spending time there, and maybe there's some shenanigans and some things that go on along with that, but you really are going to have that influx mainly on the weekends, for sure on holiday weekends. It will die down on Monday through Thursday, right? And then it'll kind of pick back up. But this is a cool area because, again, You have easy access to everything, all of the amenities that are kind of on shore. You have golf courses, you have the state park that are really, really close by. So those are the two big things that people choose to use while they're in this area. The flip side is obviously out on the waterways too, right? There's a lot of popularity with the bars and the restaurants. So there's a lot of boat traffic out there. If you have that big boat, right, and you have a cruiser, you got a tri-tune, you have something like that, this is an area you're going to probably need it, right? So bigger boats, bigger water, bigger waves. It's going to create a lot of chop, right? It's not going to be good for the paddle boarders, right? Don't go out there in the middle of the day and try to paddleboard because you're going to get whooped. So don't do that. But if you have those boats, right, if you like that boating lifestyle, big boats, power boats, all that kind of thing that can handle that type of water, it's going to be a popular place, right? So if you want that popularity, if you want to be in the scene, you want easy access, there's a ton of bars and restaurants along that head, neck, belly area that you can put your friends out on the boat, go and travel around, visit those different bars and restaurants, and promise you're going to have a lot of fun. The other cool part about Village of Four Seasons is, yeah, there's always those lakefront communities, but there's a lot of interior homes. There's a lot of great properties that are on that peninsula that are not lakefront, right? So we're exploring more and more of those off-water properties. You get a bigger home, you get a bigger lot, you got a better price point, but you'll still have convenience to community docks, right? And a community dock is a good thing, right? Like you can still have lake life and not necessarily be directly on the water. I get it. If you want lakefront, you want the dock, you want all that stuff right out back, I get it, right? But the more I explore these properties, the more that I realize, like, man, these off lake properties, second tier interior homes are great homes, right? They're newer construction. They're on flat lots. Like you get those lakefront homes, and I promise you're gonna have a steep driveway and probably a steep descent down to your dock. Some of those, right, are like rail car systems or hundreds of steps. Like it's crazy. But the more that we explore these interior properties, these homes have nice big yards. They're sitting on half acres or acres, right? They're big homes on big lots, and they're close to the docks. They're close to the community docks. So you grab a golf cart and you load up your family and your friends and you drive them down and you drive them back, and it's not that bad. Like it's actually kind of nice. And the trade-off is the property. The trade-off is a bigger home at a less price point with a flat lot, maybe a pool. Like there's some cool properties that are inside that peninsula that are not directly on the water, but you're still close enough to get everything you want lake life. So I'd love to explore that with you more, right? Open your eyes to it, show you some of those properties. If we're out touring homes and they're all lakefront, and let's just say the price point is 750, well, cool. Let's go look at some price points of homes between 5 and 750 interior, right? Second tier, third tier, or just off the water, but you still have the community dock. Might be eye-opening. You might connect a few dots internally and you might say, hey, that's actually a really good option. So in this Village of Four Seasons area, again, if you're relocating your family permanently and you have kiddos, you're probably looking at the Osage Beach School District. Great school district, K through 12. But you're living in this area, depending on who you are and what you're looking for, a lot of lakefront options. Clearly, there's a lot of shoreline in this area. So plenty of lakefront homes to look at, plenty of options for you, but also those interior homes. We might want to take a look at those and weigh pros and cons on affordability lakefront versus affordability off lake. Also, if you're in the retirement stage and looking at condo communities, this is going to be a community or an area that you're for sure going to be checking out because there's a bunch of options. We got to be careful on condos, HOA fees, covenants, special assessments. We help you figure out all of that stuff, but a super cool area. A lot of great golf courses in this area. You're close to the state park. You have every bar, every restaurant, retail stores, Lowe's, Home Depot, Targets. You have everything you need. You're super convenient. You're close to the hospital and medical facilities, all of that stuff. We just want to try to explore a little bit of the lakefront property options, maybe some interior options. Do we have a slip? What's the golf cart look like? Some of those things, there's some gated communities in here. So if you prefer a little bit more security and you want the gate to close behind you, I promise there's some cool properties that are inside of these gated communities that we would love to show you as well. So there's probably more year-round residents in this area because of all of those reasons, right? You got the school district right there. You got close proximity to all the retail stuff and the hospital, like all of those things. I just think it's interesting to maybe check out some of those lakefront homes, those off-lake properties. Again, if you're in that retirement stage looking at condos, we're 1000% gonna be checking out this area. But the Village of Four Seasons, the more time we spend there, the more doors that we open, the more that we're opening your eyes to this area, we're opening our eyes a little bit more to this area as well, becoming very, very popular. So obviously you're in the heart of everything, you're close to everything, you're setting up roots, you're finding your people, you're building fellowship, you're creating life in this area, and that'll be really easy to do once you kind of get here. So hope that video is helpful on the Village of Four Seasons area. If it's something that's on your map and your list and you're wanting to check out, we'll probably be in this whole area. So Lake Ozark, Village of Four Seasons, Osage Beach, they all kind of mush together a little bit, but that's what we're here to do, is to help you out, right? We want to connect the dots, provide you information. We want to be a resource for you. We would love for you to come in town and allow us to show you around. So Michael and I have an office space right in Osage Beach. We can meet at the office, jump in the Jeep, jump in the truck, drive you around to these places, maybe get you out on the water and show you the perspective from the waterways. It's warming up. Summertime is coming. We still don't have the boat on the lift. Not quite there yet, but summertime's right around the corner. Now is the time to check it out. Now is the time to kind of get to the lake and see if this is a good fit for you. So whatever we can do to help you with those decisions, obviously we want to do that. So call me, text me, email me. Let's do a Zoom call. Whatever we can do to help you with your relocation is what we want to do. And until then, we'll see you guys on the next video.